Hi there! Welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Atya and I do book related things. Today is a it's going to be a short video. So I was watching, I believe her name is Chelsea Darling Reads, and she has this TBR jar, which is basically where you put all the books you currently own but have not read / are on your to-do list in a jar, and you pick from it every month to add to your TBR list. And I was going to do this during my April TBR, but I figured it would be smarter to already have the TBR jar picks in my April TBR when I'm creating my overall TBR list. So this is going to be a new addition to my channel. This is going to happen every month, where I pick 3 books out of my TBR jar, which is actually just a broken Starbucks cup that I can never use, so I'm putting it to use. And so yeah, I'm just going to pick 3, and these books will also be included in my, will also be included in my monthly TBR, which will be coming out later in the month, and that will be a more extended, that's like books I picked for certain reasons. And yeah, why won't this, okay, this is great, please hold. So I finally got it open. This is my current TBR, is filled to the brim. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna like mix them up. I'm gonna get a mug. I got a cute little mug, really cute. Just so I can shuffle it up so that the ones that it's not like the ones I wrote towards the end are always gonna be picked. Let's do that up here. And then I'll put that on my bed. I will shake the remaining ones up. I don't even know if that did anything. I feel like it did it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour them out on my bed. Full disclosure. I'm going to pour them out on my bed, and I'm going to pour them back into the... I think I'll pour them in both. I'll pour them in both the mug and the cup. So yeah. Alright, so I mix them up. I'm now putting them back, some of them back in the cup. So many books that I have currently at school with me. So there's like a whole bunch of books that I don't currently have on me that are at home that I'm not going to put in the TBR jar because I can't easily get to them if I were to pick them. I also don't know all of them. So what I did is that I organized, as you can see, there's different color construction paper, and so they mean different things. So I'm just going to give you what they mean. Pink paper is romance, contemporary, new adult. Red is fantasy, sci-fi. Green is young adult or middle grade. Orange is nonfiction and poetry. Purple is graphic novels or comic books. And then white is thriller, mystery fiction / other. And so I know that a lot of books overlap into different genres, and I realize that, but something like, I don't know, Throne of Glass, for example, when I looked it up, it was listed as both fantasy and young adult, and I put it in the fantasy section just because it's more fantasy than it is young adult, if that makes sense. I just need a way to separate them. So I'm going to pick my first TBR jar pick from the cup. Okay. Wow, I dropped one. I'm not counting that one. I'm going to do this and close my eyes. This is so exciting. Okay. Oh, I got a red, so it's either fantasy or sci-fi. I have a lot. I had to cut another piece of red construction paper. That's how many fantasy or sci-fi books I have in my TBR. So this is Dorothy Must Die. I don't know if you can see that all the way back here. That's so exciting. I've been telling myself to read this. Okay. Ooh, alright, cool. Ah! And I'm not going to throw these pieces of paper away just in case I don't get to the TBR jar picks that month. I want to leave them open and put them back in the jar, so that way if I don't finish the book, I can refold them and put them back in the jar for another month. And now that I've picked the first one, I'm going to pick 3, and then I'm going to go get the books down from where they are, and then we'll talk about them. So the second book, I'm going to pick out of the cute little mug. I'm gonna... get one at the bottom. It's another red one, which I love fantasy and sci-fi, but it's like, really? Alright, and this one is Want by Cindy Pon. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the mug. I really hope that not all three of these are about to be fantasy. That'd be so annoying. I'm doing this so I mix it up genre-wise. Alright, so this is fantasy. I'm not gonna open this yet. I'm gonna pick again. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna pick again, and hopefully it's not fantasy, and if it's not fantasy, then I will add 4 to my TBR for the jar, because I really just don't. This is defeating the purpose. Okay, which I guess ratio-wise, it makes sense that I just picked 3 fantasy, because I have so many unread fantasy books, because I love, that's one of my favorite genres, if not just my favorite genre. Okay, I picked a white and an orange. We're gonna go with the white. This one is The Secret Place by Tana French, which is like been on my TBR since the moment it came out, and okay, I dropped it. The moment it came out like a few years ago. So that's exciting too. And then just for kicks, we're gonna open up this other fantasy one and see what it is. Oh, The School for what are words? The School for Good and Evil by Simone Chainani. Okay, my handwriting failed me. But yeah, this is actually a book that will be, I don't have it yet, but I did purchase it. It's on its way. I got it from Book Outlet. It will be coming at the end of this month / early April, and it's my March book haul. So you'll see it in there. So I am super excited. Yeah, let me go get these books and then we will talk about them. Alright, cool. So we're going to start with Dorothy Must Die, which I have right here. Oh, something fell. Which I have right here. Dorothy Must Die is by Danielle Page, and essentially it follows the other girl from Kansas, Amy Gum, and her mission. She's been recruited by the Revolutionary Order of the Wicked, and she has a mission. Remove the Tin Woodman's heart, steal the Scarecrow's brain, take the Lion's courage, and then Dorothy Must Die. So I'm super excited about this. This has been on my TBR since the day I saw it in Barnes & Nobles, which was whenever, it was a while ago. When was this? This was released in 2014. And it's probably been on my to-read list since like 2016. I think that's when I first saw it in Barnes & Nobles, and I just never picked it up. Second book is The Secret Place by Tana French. This is a murder mystery, and essentially Detective Stephen Moran has been waiting for a chance to join the Dublin Murder Squad, and this girl, Holly, I believe her name is, Holly Mackey, arrives in his office with a photo, and sorry, it is about a cold case that went unsolved, and so he teams up with Antoinette Conway and goes into the case, and then Holly's father is actually Frank Mackey, who used to be or is a detective, and it's funny because all of her books are connected in some way, like the characters overlap. So I think it was, I don't want to misquote, but one of her books that I read before features Holly's father, Frank, which is super cool. And it's a world of a murdered boy, the private underworld of teenage girls turns out to be more mysterious and more dangerous than the detectives imagine. And it's, wow, that's some small print. It is a long time coming. I've had this since shortly after it was released in, what's the copyright on this? I want to say 2016? Copyright 2014. Yeah. So, 4 years. I don't know what I've been doing, but I am finally excited to actually pick up this book. And then we have Want by Cindy Pon, and it's about a boy, Jason, who lives in a world where the wealthy buy themselves special suits to live a longer life. And his mother recently, so there's like intense pollution. So the poor can't buy these suits, so they suffer and they have early deaths. His mother was a victim of this, and so he wants to go and stop the Gin Corporation, Gin International Corporation, who manufactures the suits, but they are also the main creator of the pollution that's killing the poor and makes it necessary to have these suits, which is interesting. I don't know, April's gonna be a fun month. Like, I'm finally These are very, very different books, even though 2 of them are fantasy. These are very different books. Or actually, this is more sci-fi, because Red is both fantasy and sci-fi. So this is cool. This is a sci-fi book. Dorothy Must Die is fantasy. The Secret Place is mystery. The next book, which I don't have with me because it's in the mail, is A School for Good and Evil. So that book is basically about, there's a school for people who should be good and should be evil, and there's 2 best friends. I don't know their names because I don't have the book on me. One of them is like really lighthearted, really open, really friendly, and they both think that she's going to the school of good, and then there's another friend who's very much not that, and she thinks she's going to the school of evil, and then it turns out after, I guess they have to take an exam or something, that it's swapped. So the really bubbly, nice friend is going to the school of evil, while the like glum, introverted friend is going to the school of good, and it's just them dealing with that. And it is a series, and it's at least a trilogy, because I was recently on Book Outlet and I saw that they had both the 2nd and the 3rd book of the series available. So I might read that one pretty soon, like soon after it comes in the mail, just in case I really enjoy it, and then I can buy the next 2 books in the series. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited. That was really fun, like more fun than I thought it was. But yeah, like I said, these videos will be happening every month, and then I'll pick 3 or 4 books that will end up in the upcoming month's TBR. So this video will be released in March or early April, but probably March. That's when it's being recorded, and these books will be on my April TBR, along with a bunch of other books that you will have to stay tuned to figure out what they were. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't already, comment below, and check out all of my social media, including my blog, and I will see you next time. Bye!